What is up, everybody? We're back for episode 6 now. Wow, it's going by quickly here for us. I know, already up to episode 6. Joining me today for the Simply Racing Show podcast is Goody. Goody, this way. How you doing today, Goody? Are you excited about this? This was an interesting recap that we're gonna have.
It's definitely going to be interesting. I'm more happy to be here for this show than I was at Phoenix yesterday, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure you're still pretty bruised from yesterday, but yeah, we got a lot going on. We're excited. Goody and I are going to go back and take a look back at some of the action that happened. Not just in the Cup Series, but also for all of Elite. So you're going to be able to see the finishes there. And then we're going to go into taking a look at Wednesday night and review some of the carnage and maybe a little bit of hurt feelings by a few people. So we're going to be able to take a look at that, comment on that, and then we're going to take a look at the bracket challenge that BellyUp has going on. Who moved on, who's eliminated, and who goes up against each other for the next one. And then we're going to take a look at some of our picks for how we did and how we're picking for Indeed coming up, the full distance Indy race, which I don't know if a lot of people are excited about that after what felt like a full distance Phoenix race. But yeah, we got that to look at. Then we're going to do the gauntlet. Once again, the gauntlet, a fan favorite. So far, one of the most interesting things. This week, we've got Tate Lytle, the angry man himself, is going to go back and see how he did at the Nürburgring as he answers our questions. And see how he did there on the gauntlet there. And then we're going to take a look at some more drivers in the Elite Series, their setups, how their racing rigs are, and how they do. Also, we have some of the broadcasters, so you'll get to see a little bit of the broadcaster side of, as well as maybe some of their rigs, so you know how to plan your devices if you decide to go into the broadcasting area. And then at the end, it's a special place in everybody's heart. The marble race at the very end. Everyone's favorite thing to go back and see. I'm excited, Goody. This is going to be a great show. I can't wait to go over it with everyone.
Yeah, I can't wait to go over the past week of Elite action and even really dive into last night's race, all the carnage, and see how it is from not the cockpit view. And man, I can't wait for that.
Not the cockpit view. You mean an upper view where there's not smoke going everywhere because everyone's spinning out at Phoenix. Yeah, it was a great view from above everybody. Down below, it looked like carnage and chaos.
It's like fighting in Nam or something. I don't know.
There should be like a helpline. I'm going to create, while we're watching this video, I'm going to create a helpline. If you were a part of the incidents or maybe a family or a loved one had to sit through the Phoenix race. Yeah.
Blue's Clues comment.
Oh, we got a Blue's Clues comment already, huh?
Yeah,
I knew it was coming. Yeah, I did. Joining me here is Blue. You too can be able to help us solve our paw print issues, but Goody's probably not the person you would probably help. He'd probably lead you in the wrong direction or lead you to trying to do something else wrong. But needless to say,
a lot of times last night too. So
you were the Blue's Clues. I don't know if I can say the rest. We'll get copyrighted, but we'll see how that all turns out. But let's go into our first segment here tonight. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the finishes of all of Elite races. And I got to say, there was a couple really good ones that you're going to want to stay tuned and watch here. Let's go ahead and take a look at them here. As I try to get out of this screen.
I think it was. All right, fellas, this is the final lap. Let's see what we got.
Sends it high side. He's going to have a faster exit. Down the back of the wall.
Oh.
Come on, guys. Keep your foot in it. Keep your foot in it, guys. Come on.
Oh.
He blocks. Down low. That's a legal move.
Final time as they come to the flag. Who's it going to be? Looks like it's going to be Hobbs. As
what
he
a race.
one last time, but it is.
What a race. What a race. What a win.
Ethan Burrell leading Tate Lytle. They will go back to the line no matter what happens here. Lytle looking to the inside of Ethan Burrell. Burrell's able to hold the bottom as they make their way through 1 and 2. Can Lytle get a run? Burrell down to the bottom. Lytle's gonna have to work around the outside. They're gonna be side by side through 3 and 4. Off of turn 4, who's it gonna be at Kansas? The contact, Lytle, Burrell, who got it?
Tate.
Tate Lytle with the win.
Chris, let's get ahead of it here. What are your thoughts on this race here tonight?
Well, it started really bad, then it got decently good, and then it got really bad here at the end. You know, it's not good when we get 3 attempts at a green-white checkered and we can't get to the tunnel turn. So that's not a good ideal situation.
Here he comes up the hill for the final time. Barney the flagman has the checkered flag in hand, and he's going to wave it for a Leighton Norgard, winner of the Road America GP. Great drive by a Leighton. Absolutely phenomenal here today.
They just have to make it back to the yellow light, or the yellow flag here. Or white flag, sorry.
RC Anderson's going to take the white flag. The battles for third behind, and they are going to wreck, so there might be cars sitting on the track when we get back here. Here comes Hogan to the outside of Taylor. Hogan spins it!
And the
Hogan
gets it. RC Anderson has no one to contend, able to get it over on pit road, and RC Anderson's coming around turns 3 and 4 here at Phoenix is going to come around and take the checkered flag for the IndyCar 1909.com 156 for Pro Edge. Amazing race for Pro Edge. They're able to get a 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so that was the finishes there. What I gotta say, what amazing finishes overall for all of those guys there. And
I didn't realize that how close it was between Tate and Ethan in that truck race.
It was
I
like
knew
that. Yeah.
I knew it was a side-by-side battle, but I did not realize it was that tight. That was a pretty cool finish. And how about my boy Gavin Hibbs getting a win in?
Yeah, Gavin Hibbs getting it in the IndyCar. Congratulations to Gavin. What an incredible comeback that was. He able to get it. I mean, it didn't showcase it because it was the last lap. They were battling hard for a couple laps there. So one of the better IndyCar races I've ever witnessed. And I got to say, absolutely did a fantastic job there in the IndyCar series and had a good run in the Cup series. We'll find out a little bit later on how he did. But yeah, overall, I got to say that was some exciting. That was a good week of racing. Some of it was a little bit not as good. Pocono at the end was maybe not as good, but some of those finishes were pretty top notch there. So happy to say that was a really good week of racing.
It was really good. You know, Pocono had its moments during the race, but yeah, it kind of ended obviously under yellow. You never really want to see that. And Phoenix, well, I don't know if it ever got good for a lot of people.
It did for a couple people. I think it was maybe the winner.
Yep.
Everyone else kind of had a little bit of a difficult time there, but yeah, no, it was an interesting week for sure. I'm excited to go ahead and now start taking a look here. We're going to go side by side. We're going to leave our comments. If I get you upset, I'm sorry. Leave it in the box, and we'll respond to it eventually. Yeah, fight me.
Come fight Blues Clues.
Come fight Blues Clues. I got the whole gang. I just got to go about naming something, and it'll beat your butt. Isn't that how Blues Clues works? Something like that.
I think so.
Something like that, I'm sure.
Years, yeah.
Oh no, Goody, you haven't seen Blues Clues in a while?
Well,
There's a new guy now.
Yeah, see, that's why I was surprised by the blue shirt, and I was like, "What's the wrong color?" But Now it is.
No,
Yeah, I didn't even know
this
that.
is the color nowadays. I have
Yeah.
a kid, so I watch it quite often. So for me, it's not unknown. But let's go ahead and take a look now. We're gonna see how everything shook up there at Phoenix here.
It gets ugly for me here pretty quick.
Immediately. Immediately.
Did
Things
I
started
even
going
get by the
bad.
start finish line? I don't even know.
You did get just barely past the start finish line. Immediately, lap one caution
you're
comes
right,
out.
the dog leg,
Andrew Rucker. Man, Rucker.
Yeah, and like he said, I honestly think too that that car snapped in a way he hadn't really dealt with in practice before too, and really nowhere for me to go. And generally when you see cars snap like that, they would snap the inside. Well, there you see he overcorrected it too, but.
Yeah, he very much overcorrected it there. Yeah, so with Andrew Rucker there, let's just remember that's incident 1 that he gets a tally for. Let's keep track. Let's keep track tonight with Andrew Rucker here. This happened. Yeah, this happened actually. I believe right after. This was the next caution. This occurred like maybe a lap later. And look who's involved. Another Too Good car. This one, Dustin Dewar there, and this was a hard hit.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure there if it was just kind of funneling. I know Dusty wasn't too pleased with what Clark does, and Clark usually races pretty good, so and I think it's just a product of that open dog leg. There you see Clark cutting.
Yeah,
Dusty
that causes a lot of issues there, but bam!
And it's kind of weird. Clark didn't cut it, I think, as much as you generally do, so I think that's what surprised Stewart there.
And then he came up so quick. It came up really, really quickly there. And then watch
Ryan Schold. Yeah, he had nowhere to go.
What now, Goody? Watch Chad Frankenfield here. He's going to come into frame with. What are you doing?
Oh, and he came back up. Oh,
yeah.
I was wondering why Fody was running around me. That never happens.
Yeah, so Fody was going down to avoid it, and then Chad Frankenfield just kind of. They're wrecking up there. Most people's instinct is to get away from it.
Yeah, he's got a nose for it.
He's got a nose. He smelled it. He just.
They're going Chad wide over there. I got to join them.
How dare you make moves without involving me?
That's my move.
That's my move. Uh-oh. What happened here, Goody?
That I don't know. I honestly, I was like
trying to go back for Clark.
And it was so stupid as just seeing Chad on the outside. I was paying attention to that. Then I see Harry down on the apron. Now I'm like, it freaked me out. So then I hit the brakes while I'm in the corner, and that's what happened. But luckily I didn't get a caution for this. I didn't.
No caution, and you didn't hit anybody, so you didn't get a tally. But man, Clark came really close from clobbering you. How that didn't cause a caution, I have no idea.
The worst part of that too is Clark. I don't know if anyone would have really. No one said anything until Clark said something. I was like, man, keep your mouth shut, man. No one would know.
No, we saw it. We saw it. Don't worry about it. We saw it. And then it went green for a little bit there. It went green for about 30 some odd laps. Scott Crump, was dominant that night. Scott Crump had such.
He's about to lap me here. I got lucky.
Yeah, and then caution comes back out once again on lap 45.
Smith had he might have been one of the guys that had a worse night than I did by far. I think he was a ping pong ball for sure last night.
Yeah, Nick Indelicato takes serve here then if he's the ping pong ball because he just he served him. Then we go back green.
One of the better ones for him.
Yeah, that's true. We'll go back green here, and then we're gonna have a big wreck here. We're gonna take a look back. Oh, look who it is! Nick Indelicato again. And look, coming back. But this time it wasn't his fault. But needless to say, this one hurt him a little.
Yep, this one, I think he was wounded and got into his teammate.
Teammate. It's not done. A lot of people went spinning around here. That was our sponsored car there, the Simply Racing Show podcast car.
And Adams really rallied. I think to end up having at least a halfway decent night. But
he was able to avoid it. You think, oh man, that's a lot of damage that he probably occurred there. At the end, just about everyone had a lot of damage, so it didn't really matter. But then 46 get turned, 92 in turn gets turned.
You see, I'm right in the middle there. I was really torn because I saw this Racimus and Stanley get together, and I'm like, oh no, there goes my pick for Phoenix, Stanley. And then I was like, ooh, Racimus got involved. Maybe I have a chance of beating him, but well, we'll see how that goes. But
Okay. Yeah, interesting night for sure.
yeah, and ooh,
This one came really close for Chris Wright. Ooh!
whoa.
Almost got
there
quick.
again.
Yeah, almost got some Sunny D in a car.
Yeah.
So then we're not done. This is lap 56. A couple laps later,
McIntosh.
this one
Oh!
this one was some pretty hard hits.
Yeah, Smith is involved there. Man,
Yeah,
this
It's
this
not
is where I
done.
think- yeah.
yeah. There's more cars involved in this, but yeah, I think Wadsworth there. They call this a no incident fault because both of them were kind of being a little aggressive.
Who wasn't last night?
Yeah, that's true. You're right. Not everybody.
Yeah.
About everybody was at one point in time.
It looked like he almost had it saved, and oh, Fortner comes in there. Ooh.
I think that's what finished off the 35. Since him up the race.
Yes, finished him off. Where does Hunter Smith? Oh yeah, nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go. Gets smacked straight into the wall there. Down goes McIntosh there. There's some more wrecks. Casey Hatch gets involved there. There was a wreck a little bit further back too from this that doesn't show. Right here.
Yeah, I think. Or is this later? Is this the same one? Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh, this is.
What? Yeah, this is a little bit later on. Watch this with Brent Jones. Does an amazing job of stopping before it happens. Oh, I missed the wreck.
Oh.
Nope. Nope. Not over before you.
I heard Brent Jones get a little animated at some point. That might have been what he was going off about. I'm not sure, but yeah, good job stopping for the wreck though.
Weeks was talking a little bit on the chat there. We'll get to you, Weeks. Trust me, we'll get to you in these replays here before it's all said and done. You'll be showcased. So.
Oh yeah, this is the other one I got involved. I couldn't remember.
You're not done getting involved, Cody. There's more still. Oh man, Elite Norgard back up. Robert Hill was having a good run.
Yeah,
Goody, you went backwards into the wall there. That was some hard hits there.
That was a good
Robert Hill. I think this ended his night right here.
Yeah, he was kind of limping around. Oh man, there's nowhere to go again for Robert.
No. Yeah, so these guys.
I thought I was gonna be able to miss Robert there too, and just got collected. Here you'll see him.
Yeah, here you are right now. Just got the fender. I'm surprised how fast you spun around. My goodness.
I know. I'm like, maybe I'll get through it. Next thing I know, I'm facing the wrong way.
Yeah, and then this was the next restart here. So Garrison Hogan got penalized for a restart violation here. He adamantly said, I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah,
well, you be the judge. The rule is you can't go below the yellow line before the start-finish line.
Yep.
I don't even think he could stick his hand out on the other side and be above the yellow line.
Yep.
But yeah, Garrison Hogan goes to the back, tries to make a late race comeback there, but yeah, that was rough. Garrison was having a good run, but then we go for a long green flag run, and it ended with this.
And this, I feel bad for
Long,
Trey. He was having a pretty good night last night as well. Oh, and Owens.
Jordan Owens, Jordan Owens. He was quiet. No one even heard Jordan Owens. Nothing was said to Jordan Owens, and got involved in that wreck. And then here's Scott Crump, caution, everyone pits, and Scott Crump gasses it a little too hard and gets a speeding penalty. And Scott Crump up until that point had led every lap, and then just ruined it. And then more crashes. We're not done with the crashes. Just that front straightaway was rough.
It was really rough. And here Racimus gets into it again. And I'm thinking, hey, I might have a shot. I might have a shot at this. But man, he still got that car repaired, and he was quicker than I was. I don't know how quick he was besides that, but. And here Rawls again. Those Shift Esport guys, they had a rough night too last night.
Remember Rucker? Well, he strikes again.
Yep. and poor Hunter Smith involved in that, and Seth Rawls. Oh, rough. And
I remember they gave Rucker a second penalty. Once again saying, nah, that's not my fault. So Rucker, again, this is strike number 2, but he denies involvement of the caution onto that. So Rucker gets to stay on the racetrack, but I don't think we're done with Rucker just yet. As Rucker goes around. Yeah, this time around, I don't think this one was all Rucker's fault. It was more mellow yellow car there in the 14 takes a hard dive into Rucker there. And around goes Rucker.
As Rucker said, Rucker just checked up for Hatch. That's Rucker's always saying there. Oh, Brent Jones gets in that one again. Hasek.
Brent Jones loses front bumper there. Yeah, Michael Hossack there, McIntosh. You start seeing an occurrence of a lot of drivers is they start clobbering each other. 14 laps to go. Man, we're so close and yet so far away still, folks.
We're almost there.
We're not done yet. There's a caution once again.
Oh, who's that?
Oh, man. No, Goody, what happened?
Here, I was actually, I was just about, I'm like, should I tell Robert that I'm not cutting the
you don't have to tell him. He'll know.
Yeah, I'm like,
you don't have to tell him.
Plus, I figured
you don't need to tell him, Goody.
He wasn't going to be that aggressive, but
nah.
I misunderestimated that scenario.
Don't worry about it, Goody. You don't have to say anything. He'll find out.
Yeah, he'll find out. And we both found out at the same time. Oh, poor Clark got involved in that too.
Oh boy, yeah, got Wadsworth once again.
I think Wadsworth did a good job not hitting anything there.
Yeah, considering.
Wadded up,
but.
Yeah. Oh, that was the most surprising thing I think I'd seen all night. When I seen that 11 car turned around, I was like, "What the hell just happened?"
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you know my feelings on that. You see right there, and they admitted on the interview there, his teammates did that he missed a shift. He went into the wrong shifting and wrong gearing and everything. Causes a pretty good stack up there. Not as bad as I guess it could have been, but you'll see a few other cars getting involved. Now, Weeks, I like you. Probably should have got a penalty. Being honest, you probably should have got a penalty on that. They called it a racing situation, but if you're shifting into the wrong gear, it's your fault.
Yeah.
That's nobody else's fault. But yours.
No, he's not gonna have any regrets. You get away with it. You just wipe the sweat off.
Well, he didn't get away from it because I mean, he was right there he in the gauntlet, or not in the gauntlet, but in the bracketeers. He had to go up against RC Anderson, and they were 1-2. He had to try to get a restart there, but yeah, you see Chris Wright once again getting involved, and
this one, I think,
Gavel
pretty much ended Chris's night here too, wasn't it?
No, we're gonna see more of them.
Oh yeah, okay, we're not even done yet.
We're not done yet. No.
Not done.
This is the last lap. Garrison Hogan trying to go around for third, gets high into the wall. RC Anderson is taking sail here and has a huge lead over his two teammates there. That's gonna make a Toyota 1-2-3 and allow for Pro Edge to get the win once again, this time with RC Anderson coming home the victor at Phoenix. But there was wrecks even after that. So
there was a lot to unpack on that last lap. I know there was even some little bit of heated discussion after the race. Here we go.
Yep, here we go. So Chad Frankenfield slid up the racetrack. Rucker gets into the back of him. They give Rucker another penalty for that because he slammed into the back of Chad, I believe.
I don't think he did get a penalty for that.
No, I think Chad got a penalty. But
I think he did for breaking loose. That's what it was.
Watch this point. So Rucker and Chad were both in the bracket too. They're going up against each other, which was going to be. We knew it was going to be a situation. So Rucker just spun Chad around there one way or another, spun Chad around. He gets involved up in there, but Chad's around backwards. But here comes Harrison Talon, and I think Chad may need to send some I don't know, a little bit of money towards Harrison, because here comes Harrison Talon, and I found this absolutely hilarious. Gets involved into the wreck right there. They're all slamming into it. Here comes Rucker, seeing Chad coming, needs to get going, but there's someone blocking his way. Harrison Talon.
My name says the People's Champ. I think Harry's the real People's Champ last night.
So if Harrison Talon's not there, here comes Chad up at that high lane there, coming around. And,
they would have been
Rucker.
Oh, he would have hit
Rucker absolutely full throttled it to slam into Chad to keep him from getting it. Unfortunately, you see his tires, he's absolutely aiming for Chad right there. He's like, I'm not getting it, you're not getting it, kind of a situation. Harrison Talon's playing defense, putting the block on Rucker there and allowing Chad to get on by. But Harry saved a life. Needless to say. But here is some more action after the hit there. There's some hard hits here. And some people that are not happy with people driving through people. One of those people that is getting a lot of hate from this would be Chris Wright. Right there. Spins out Justin Wadsworth and continues going on. Now you're like, oh, but, Chris, it's points there, why would he do that? Because he was the only guy one lap down. There's no reason to do it.
It's a natural reaction. I was in the middle of that little scuffle there and somehow got knocked straight. I got knocked sideways straight right away, and I think your natural reaction is just to last lap keep your foot in it and see what you can get, but unfortunately for Chris it probably didn't really do much for him.
No, it didn't work out for a lot of people there. A lot of people with hurt feelings, destroyed race cars, but it made it fun for us to go back and laugh at them all. I'm the only person to have realized the Rucker situation, and you cannot tell me he was not aiming for Chad when he was full throttle, smoking tires, car aimed straight at Chad. There. So
I can't confirm or deny. I don't know what's inside Rucker's head. I don't even know if he knows what's inside his head half the time either. But it's very plausible that happened.
Weeks. If you didn't miss the shear and it wouldn't go into second, whose fault? I know it's not your fault, but is it anybody? I don't know. That's a racing situation. That's me. That's me. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. They didn't get you. I'm not impressed.
Yeah, it's one of those, it's hard to prove in court at that point, but what's done. Well, no, I mean he says it did go into gear, but we don't know if he missed a shift or not.
Well, he says it's his fault.
He did say it was his fault.
Okay, well, we appreciate your honesty there. Look, see, we're here to make people better people, Goody. That's one way or another by showing their faults. Rucker will never admit it, though.
Oh, no.
I applaud you, Matthew, for coming out and admitting it and putting your hand up. Rucker would not. Absolutely. No, in fact, he still is denying it to this day that he was involved in anything that would give him a tally. But let's go ahead now and take a look at some of the results here. That is an interesting. Some statistics and everything from that race. R.C. Anderson gets the win there, gets a great driver rating, but not the highest driver rating. That would go to Scott Crump, who sped on pit road, but definitely led the most laps and definitely had one of the fastest cars out there. What's not showing on there, because I don't know why it cut off. Rucker got a 10-point penalty from Elite for them not agreeing that he was at no fault for that. So a 10-point penalty against Rucker. Some more interesting stats from that. Tate Lytle, average running position of 2.8.
Wow.
And never led a lap. never led a lap. Ran second for almost the majority of the race behind Scott Crump. When Scott Crump had his issues, he had just lost the lead on pit road. Or lost the lead just before that to R.C. Anderson and allowed R.C. Anderson to lead the rest of the race.
That's the definition of always being the bridesmaid last night. That's
yeah, that was a little rough for Tate there. He never got to experience the front truly at the front of the field, but had a good run for him. Needless to say, no driver had a 0X. Not a single person.
Only had 4. Oh, Johnny with 2. How about that?
Yeah, they had good nights.
Yeah.
That's why they were up there mostly.
Right.
But I believe the driver with the most incident points was I think Clark. It's not on to here, but I believe Clark led with the most incident points in the race there. So he is on track. I don't know if any of us picked him. I forget, and I want to keep forgetting who we picked for the champion award, but Clark is up there right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, I feel like, me and Jeff Green's pick, our teammate, Brendan Key, he kind of backed out of the cup competition, so, we're kind of out of it, but, I don't know. I'd be curious to see.
That's your fault for picking him. You didn't think he was going to end up coming?
Yeah, that was...
Do we know the same person? Yeah.
He probably just sold his equipment and bought it back again before.
He's already done it.
Yep.
It's already out of his hands and back in again.
Yep.
Our next thing we need to take a look at after taking a look at this is, of course, we're going to take a look at the bracketry now that it's past Phoenix. People have been eliminated. Goody, I'm sad to say you're one of them.
Bye-bye.
It's really sad. But
I'm glad my boy Scott Crump, that's who I picked to win it all. He rallied from that speeding penalty, and he's still alive.
Yeah.
So,
Some others did too. Let's take a look at that right here. So this is now the finals, or no, not finals, not even close to the finals. It's round 3, Sweet 16, whatever Chad wants to call it to be as, but 16 drivers left. And this is honestly really, really interesting stuff here. So obviously Fody, number 1 overall draft pick, whatever this hearing listing is, obviously moves on, barely passing Robert Hill after he had his situation, going up against Clark. This will be at Indianapolis, so this week as well. So we're going to have an elimination race for this one as well. Indianapolis, it's going to be Fody versus Clark, Chad Frankenfield versus Ryan Gavel there. That's going to be a really good one. Vincent Isabella versus Nick Indelicato, another really good one, I think.
Really good. Yep.
Scott Crump versus Ryan Schold. Congratulations, Ryan. I've not noticed him going through the tier bracket this well. Jeff Green, who is really happy that his previous person that he was going up just didn't show up.
Yeah,
that allows him to move on.
The only guy to finish 40% in advance in the bracket.
Yeah. Jesse Racines, who you were going to be trying to beat, he moved up to go up against Jeff Green now. Justin
Fortner, be a fun matchup too. The Jeff Green.
That is true. Depends on Jeff Green's mood. If he's going to laugh. He needs to go to the whole distance. It's full distance. Jeff Green does not like full distance.
Yeah.
He's
got a bedtime.
It is not the best situation if you were betting on Jeff Green to move it through his full distance race. But Justin Fortner going to go up against David Tooker. Then we got Casey Hatch versus Tate Lytle. R.C. Anderson versus Wyatt Canado. And we have to look at it out of the top 10, I guess, because it's best driver number 1 rating from points of last season versus last in points is how it goes about setting up against each other. The top 10 drivers are now down to 5. So 5 of the top 10 drivers have been eliminated. Only 5 continue on. So it is starting to weed out some of the really top contenders too.
See,
so
this is the ideal situation with these brackets. You have half of the quote unquote favorites out there, and you have some Cinderella stories out there. My boy Hatch in there, Wyatt Canado, that's pretty cool. And
Casey Hatch 35th. Yeah, 35th for Casey Hatch. That's a good one. Vincent Isabella 36. Jeff Green 34th. R.C. Anderson 27th. Some high numbers there. Chad Frankenfield and Ryan Gavel there 8 and 9, so they were right next to each other. So as you said, I mean that kind of proves that it's going to be a tough battle between those two. So interesting, really interesting, to be honest.
I'm this whole bracket thing's been pretty fun to kind of follow, and
Yeah,
even
I
now
like
that I'm
it.
not in it, I'm going to kind of be keeping my eye on some of these matchups. Like you said, the Frankenfield Gavel one. I think that Isabella and Delicato one should be fun as well, and who knows?
I think when we get to the gateway, it's going to be the who's who. I mean, honestly, anyone that gets to the gateway spot to go from 43 drivers or 40 whatever it was drivers down to just 8 is pretty intense to be saying.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna think that these guys are gonna be trying hard once they get to that 8. It's like they might kind of play it off earlier in the rounds, but once you get to the quarterfinals, the Elite 8 or whatever, and the Final 4, I think these guys are gonna take it pretty seriously.
Well, for all we know, Chad Frankenfield gets eliminated and then he just stops caring about it. So
well, that's fair. That's true too.
that could also happen very much as well. So we'll see how it goes for that as well. Now we're going to take a look at our picks of how all of us at the Simply Racing Show cruise picks for Phoenix, how they turned out, and kind of give us just a sense of how good we are at being able to be a judge of character, maybe a say. So I picked Scott Crump. Why'd you speed on pit road? Scott Crump, why'd you speed on pit road? I was having such a great time watching him lead all those laps, and then all of a sudden had to come back. He still gets me a decent amount of points. You picked good, Ethan Stanley.
Yeah.
Only
solid.
scored one less point than Scott Crump, who was arguably the fastest guy there. Jeff Green picked Ethan Burrell, who didn't show up. So a little bit of drama in the Simply Racing Show podcast group chat. As Jeff, some would say Ethan Burrell's trying to throw his real life aspirations of winning a championship to win the Simply Racing Show podcast point standings here.
Some would argue this is more prestigious. I don't know.
I would say this is definitely more prestigious,
I
especially
agree.
because I can't win the other one.
Neither can I. So,
well, that's true. And you're racing it. Matthew Weeks was Johnny Thomas's pick. He got 19 points. That restart by Matthew Weeks did not help Johnny Thomas as much as he would hope. Tate Lytle was Ethan Burrell's pick, who, of course, scores the most points. And of course, Marbles also picked Ethan Burrell. So Marbles really, I mean, to screw over Jeff Green is one thing. You know, we've all done it in the elite racing when we, race. We've all screwed over Jeff Green at least once or twice. But to screw over the Marbles is not very kind of you, Ethan, at all.
That's unforgivable.
Unforgivable in our books, and we will never forget. And hopefully everyone here watching doesn't either. So here's the point standing here. Wow, Ethan Burrell has got such a lead. He's got 146 points behind him.
Only point standings where I can be sandwiched between Ethan Burrell and Johnny Thomas, so I'm taking it.
Look at me, almost half the points of Ethan Burrell. Gosh, dang.
Ooh, yeah.
It's only been 4 races, and I'm already back by 72 points. So that's great. That's really good.
The old nationwide Peyton Manning commercial, like epic comeback starts right here. Come on, Gerald.
Is that? Yeah, I'm gonna swing back at Indy there. Well, while we're talking about Indy, let's go ahead and see and take a look at our Indy picks here. So I got to pick first still because I'm still last. Of course I am. I picked Chad Frankenfield to go about winning Indy because I know the man's probably put down 3 hours of practice and is going to try to go about winning it here. So as long as Chad Frankenfield doesn't do Chad Frankenfield type things, should be a good pick. But we'll see how that goes.
Frankenfield like things either. His cat, I think that was Monday night that his cat jumped up on him.
Chad, put the cat away for God's sakes. Then meow. And then second to the last was believe Jeff Green, who picked Ethan Burrell. Double down on Ethan Burrell twice in a row. So maybe he's thinking Ethan Burrell owes him one. So we'll see how that works out. Johnny Thomas was next. He picks Tyler Fody. Of course, someone's got to pick Tyler Fody for any of the races. You picked Matthew Weeks. That's an interesting choice for Indy. I don't know if I really would say he is known for Indianapolis, Darlington for sure, and some other tracks, but I don't know about Indy.
No, I just looked actually at the last Indy race I could find on Sim Racer Hub. He's ran well, and man, he's always quick, and it might not be a race winning pick. I'm hoping so. Weeks, I'm pulling for you, obviously, but I think it's a safe pick to get me a solid, top 5 right around there. I think he's always pretty good week in, week out for that.
And then Ethan Burrell picked Jonathan Cutlip, which I think is going to be a sneaky pick. Jonathan Cutlip, yeah. I mean, the knowledge of Jonathan Cutlip's prior experiences is not well known at Indy, so he may have, he might be the next strong, horse there and have a shot. So yeah, that's gonna be an interesting thing to see with Jonathan Cutlip to see if he's gonna be able to make a strong run there at Indy.
That should be fun.
Yeah. Should be really fun. So now, folks, we're going to go to a commercial break here. When we get back, Goody and I are going to be interviewing Tate Lytle at the Gauntlet. Matthew already did it. You don't get a second chance just yet. But we're going to be
pro driver.
Yeah, wrong pro edge. They're all the same. They just slot them in. They're the same person
together. Yeah.
Yeah, they live in the same house, I think. But yeah, we're gonna go about taking a look at Tate Lytle, the angry man, Mr. Madman, Mr. Don't Get in His Way, Tate Lytle, and see how he does at the Gauntlet with nobody on the track to get angry at. We'll see how he does and who he takes his anger out on this one, Tate Lytle. But before we do that, we're gonna go ahead and do a commercial break. So stay tuned.
Righteous Felon Craft Jerky is the official jerky of BellyUp Sports. For over a decade, Righteous Felon Craft Jerky has led the American meat snack revolution by concocting delicious, adventurous, U.S.-sourced jerky recipes for uncompromising carnivores across the country. With 15 different flavors to choose from, Righteous Felon has all jerky lovers covered, and by using promo code BellyUp, you will get 15% off your purchase at RighteousFelon.com. Do your taste buds a favor today and rip into a bag of Righteous Felon jerky.
Hey guys, this is Hector from the Insert Name FC podcast here to tell you guys about Canada Dips. It is a great tasting, superior alternative to traditional dip using CBD in a way that is radical, enjoyable, and effective. It comes in 5 core flavors: wintergreen, mint, citrus, mango, and American spice. Canada Dip CBD is the new evolution in dip, allowing guys to enjoy great, long-lasting taste without the downsides. If you guys want to go ahead and try them out, use the code BellyUp20 at CanadipCBD.com. Once again, BellyUp20 at CanadipCBD.com, and you'll get yourself 20% off your purchase. Thank you again for Canadips for being a great partner of BellyUp Sports.
Joining us today to do the Gauntlet is Tate himself, Tate Lytle. If you're ready, Tate, we are as well. Get going on to the racetrack and let's see what kind of time you put up today. Here with Tate Lytle, not the first guy to win multiple BellyUp Sports Cup Series championships. That would go to me. But the only one to win it 3 times. Oh, you're already going off a little bit there.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Tate, what got you into iRacing, and what got you, better yet, what got you over to the dark side called Pro Edge?
Well, I'm wrecking right now. I joined iRacing back in 2011.
Were you 5?
I was like 14, probably 13, 14. Which way am I going here? Oh, I gotta turn left.
No, that's for you to figure out.
Yeah. So joined back in 2011. Obviously took a little bit of a break, probably like first years of college, then junior year of college, like 2017, 2018, got back into it. I got into Pro Edge because Ethan needed another driver, and I was tired of taking team orders from Chad. So, ditched the Ford and hopped on a Toyota and kind of became buddies with all of them pretty quick. This is rough. I know it gets worse, too.
Oh, it's not even getting bad. This is like a normal road course right now.
Yeah, I can't see over this crest. Oh, this, okay. Yep. But anyway, yeah. I actually drove Ethan's 37 in the Cup Series for a season, and we kind of just went from there. So, and I got to meet all the guys few times now. Ethan, RC, Tucker, and a few others. So, been a pretty cool little group of guys to race with each week.
And you're Gerald's just bringing up. You're a 3-time champion. You've won bajillion races. What goals do you still have for yourself in Elite? What kind of bars do you set for yourself?
I mean, sheesh, where's this thing going? This is ridiculous. The curbs are like knee high.
Oh yeah, don't get stuck on them like your teammate there of weeks.
I'll try not to. Sorry, what was the question?
Basically, what goals do you? I mean, you've accomplished it all. What kind of goals do you have still in Elite?
Just to, I mean, each night you just want to win. Obviously, I want to win more championships and keep adding checkered flags to that win column. I think making sure that Fody doesn't just have an easy ride half the time is half the battle. Because I feel like sometimes he's got it too easy, and I wish I could be out there racing him. I'm surprised no one's been this thing completely by now.
Oh no, people have absolutely slammed the wall so far, but we've had everyone finish up to this point. So
okay, well I hope I can be not the first one to not finish.
Okay. Well, you're working up onto it. I think you might have a shot here of wrecking it, but you're gonna have to not do what Scott Crump did and go 3 miles per hour around the racetrack. So far, you're doing pretty good. This is where a lot of people go off, so you did good so far. So the next question, I have for you. We all know your favorite driver is Kevin Harvick. Is that a bad influence on your anger? And does it? I mean, does it come from you trying to?
There we go. Here we go.
No.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. We're good.
Yeah, the question got you, huh?
I think that's Redoer wreck too.
Somehow this thing's still drivable. So.
Is it you trying to? That's another common thing that happens. Imitate. Is it you trying to imitate your idol? With all your anger issues, and if so, now that he's retired, who do you imitate in NASCAR? And just so everyone knows, you can't have Tate or you can't have imitate without having Tate in it.
Let's see. I don't really know right now. My favorite driver probably on the Cup grid right now is Eric Jones, which is kind of random. But gotta go faster where on the track? I just think I'm not. Last time I tried to go fast, I bottomed out and wrecked.
So Eric Jones
still rolling. Yeah, Eric Jones. I like Lane Riggs in the Truck Series, so we'll see how he does in the coming years. Oh, there's another one. Bam. Oh, that was a good one.
You didn't answer what about your anger issues?
I feel like for the most part they're not too bad. Sometimes I feel like I get used up when I don't need to be used up, and it just ticks me off. So, especially what was the last one? I can't remember. It was something at Homestead. Oh, it was with Wyatt. I'm like, dude, we're teammates. Why are you driving me like that? So, I feel like for the most part, it's not too terrible. But I look forward to doing this a couple nights a week, and so it's frustrating when you get on and get just used up by somebody for no reason. And I try to be fairly respectful. I feel like for the most part, racing up front, I've never had a problem ever with like Fody and Ethan, Weeks, and those guys. Obviously, everyone's had run-ins with Crump and Chad, but I don't know. There's just certain things that rub me the wrong way, and for whatever reason, I feel like I got to tell people about it.
Well, I hope you find your expressions and you find that help. I'm not here to help you, but I hope somebody helps you at one point with those anger issues. But we'll give it to Goody here.
Speaking of influences and imitation, number 56 seems like a weird number in almost any form of racing. What kind of gravitated you towards that number 56?
Hold on, I hit the wall. Oh, we're good. Somehow this thing's still turning. Well, when I was really little, my dad, we actually just got another one similar to the one that he used to drive. Had a dirt street stock that was the number 50. What in the heck is happening right now? That was wild. He had a dirt street stock that was number 56, and then it ended up being my high school football number as well. And so, ever since I got into league racing, it's kind of just been my number, and it's not like, a number 3 or 9 or one of the more popular numbers where you really gotta fight somebody for it. I've never really had anyone give me too much about having the number. So, and it's very rare that you go into a league or really any race at all that someone else has it. So, kind of just stuck with it. And
I'll be honest with you, Tate.
own.
I'll be honest with you, Tate. I didn't know we were gonna have you talk this much, but I do have a couple more questions here.
All right, keep them coming.
You're known as a big time golfer. I'm not sure by who or what people say that. I didn't really fact check it, but some people call you a big time golfer. What's going of that? Are you still trying that golfing thing out?
No, I realized pretty quick that A, I didn't have the money to do the golf, and B, I didn't have the talent to do it, so it wasn't really worth the money anyway. So I'm just, instead of being okay on mini tours and stuff, I just decided to be really good at the local course. Way more fun that way cheaper, and I still play from about August to September, but wintertime I don't worry about it. I used to worry about it way too much, trying to keep the game up. And
no, good to know that the fact I didn't have to fact check it. It wasn't true. All right, so the next question here. We're getting to the fast part of the racetrack, and we're going to ask the fast questions here. Yeah, we're going to be coming up to the fast part here. I've now learned a lot of this track. This is a cool part right here. Oh, yep, there you go. Have fun with that. We're gonna go to the fast part, so you gotta tell us what's on top of your mind. Not long answers. Just give us what's the first thing that comes to your mind on these questions here.
Okay.
If you had an unlimited supply of one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Golf balls.
So you really are that bad at golf, huh?
Hey, they're expensive.
Now imagine, if you will, you're say at a track like Indy, you're on old tires, and a lap car comes up behind you on newer tires. What goes through your mind?
Why is this guy racing me so hard?
If anyone wonders, Goody and Tate may have a little bit of a mix-up not too long ago at Indy there. Next question here: What is the most unexpected piece of advice that you've ever received?
Well, no one gave me advice about that corner.
There you go.
What'd you ask?
No, you did it. That's good enough.
All right, so if Pro Edge is a family, which one is the ugly sibling?
Harry.
Oh boy. If Tate Lytle was a real life NASCAR driver, what would be your biggest scandal?
Probably some video of me at a bar.
Well, we'll take it.
It depends.
Oh, it depends. Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a good one.
That's just a good idea.
That might be a sponsor, Tate Lytle, the Depends guy. But Tate Lytle, you did it. You caught it around one way or another. Thank God we had damage off for you, but you made it around. Yeah,
that's good.
How would you finish otherwise? But
I don't know. I just thought this thing was a
made it
beast.
around. Yeah, it is. We made it a beast. You made it around the Nürburgring. You made it around the Gauntlet. We want to go ahead and let you do your thank yous and shout outs, maybe to your team, maybe to people that maybe allow you to do this, and just let you express yourself here for the last minute.
Well, thanks Pro Edge Racing for making this so much fun. Thanks to you guys for grilling me for 12 minutes or better, and thanks to Days Gone By, Brett Wentz, Vintage Race Apparel. Go check them out. Thanks for the Nürburgring for sucking, and yeah, that's thanks to Chad for doing what he does, even though he's a pain in the ass.
Well, he does do what he does. It's there you go. You're doing your burnouts already for the show. Well, good job, Tate. You finished up the Nürburgring. You made it out to the other side. Maybe we'll get you in again for a different time, or maybe we'll pass on the pain to the next driver here. But thank you again, Tate, for joining us. We're gonna find that out. I don't know why, Goody. Everyone ever asks that at the end of these things, but we'll find out here in just a second. We're gonna take it back up to the booth where we're gonna look and see what kind of time you were able to set. Well, that was Tate Lytle there at the Nürburgring. Man, what an angry man!
he was angry. What's that?
He talked bad about the Nürburgring. How dare he?
I know. It's weird with Tate. I swear he's either the most chill guy out there, or he could be the most intense. But I think all in all, he's pretty chill though.
Yeah, no, I play, but no, he is super angry guy. You don't want to walk down the same alley as that guy. Overall, congratulations to Tate for finishing up the gauntlet here. Let's take a look. He was going very fast when he wasn't slamming the wall, going very fast. But let's go ahead and see. I think it's going to be a pretty close one here. Let's take a look at the gauntlet and. Wow, look at that. He just barely passed Chad Frankenfield. He knocked it down by like 0.2 of a second on a 10-minute course. 0.2 of a second. That's pretty close.
That's close. You know what? I bet you if we asked Tate about that lap, it's got to be a little bittersweet, for how much he got in the wall. I'm sure he's happy with being second, or not happy that he didn't beat Fody, but he's got to be happy that he beat Chad there.
At least Chad Frankenfield there, but Tyler Fody outlives another person there, is on top of the board still after 6 drivers have gone and completed the Nürburgring. And man, I love the Nürburgring. I'm getting excited. We're getting closer and closer to getting almost every single driver in Elite owning the complete Nürburgring on iRacing. And then Chad's gonna have us do a full distance race there.
Oh God, yeah, that's probably it's gonna be your fault, Gerald, if that happens. But
I love it.
I love tuning in every week though too, and seeing the drivers' reactions. And I was dying when Tate's like, "What's up with these curves? They're knee high," and he was surprised by a lot of the.
It's always funny when they have not seen a lick of the track or hasn't really paid too much attention with the interview side of things on here, and they get in and they think the first part is difficult, and I'm like, you're not even into the hard part yet. Just wait. And then it gets into this like tight little narrow passageway in the forest. It's Nürburgring is top notch. I love it. Yeah. I don't want to be on it by no means, but I love watching other people suffer. I don't know what that says about me, but
well, I think everyone knows that about
yeah, that's true. Our next thing we're going to take a look at some of the drivers' setups here, some of the drivers that race in this league, how their racing equipment looks, or how their their whole operation kind of is. And for us that drive, we're so used to our own that maybe some other people's racing rigs seem a little foreign to them, and it gives us maybe a strong negative emotions or strong positive emotions depending on what they're running. A couple of those drivers tonight have sent us some, and we're going to get a good taste of who has a good setup and then who just makes you absolutely angry with what they're racing on. Let's go with the first one here. It's going to be Dustin Dewar.
Old Dusty.
What in the world is he racing on? That is...
Well, on his cat for one,
that is Dusty, actually. You didn't know? That's Dusty right there.
Yeah.
Needs a shave, but at least if anything, Dusty, can you please straighten the plaque that you have above your wall?
Yeah.
Why is it so crooked?
Why is there a wrench there? What's up with that? Come on, buddy.
I have no idea what is he wrenching? Yeah, I didn't even notice the wrench. What are you using a wrench for?
He's fooling you too. You think he's racing with the wheel, but he's actually using that controller down there, the red one.
Is it the controller? I thought he was using them. Yeah, maybe it is. Of course, he's got a tissue box there, I think. We're not going to mention that, why it's next to the computer.
Good old sugar bear.
Oh, good old Sugar Bear, man! The magic that's been made there. How about that for Dusty? Thank him for submitting that one. Let's go ahead and go to the next one here. Ethan Stanley. Now that just absolutely infuriates me for another reason. How he is so dang fast on road courses with like
A basic setup,
nothing.
basically. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. Nothing. It kind of reminds me of was it Timmy Hill when COVID happened and just kind of a basic wheel. Was that the G29 or?
I don't
like
know.
the comment there for about Dusty the wrenches for his nuts. That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. That is pretty true. Yeah, he is pretty nuts. But
Yep.
I'm surprised with how much he shifts all the time with doing all those road course racing. He's just got it on a plywood table. He doesn't shake the whole monitor shifting, and it just makes me a little mad, to be honest with Ethan there. But
makes me a little jealous at that speed. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. Our next driver there, Johnny Thomas, one of our other people for our podcast here. That is very nice.
That's a nice setup. And how badass that setup is. If I was in Johnny's seat, I'd be just noodling the Dale Earnhardt picture in the background. That
is not how you're supposed to orient your monitors. What is that? How do you that's not how you orient them. Triple monitors. Like you're I don't know. That probably causes some issues, but other than that, really nice setup, really nice steering wheel. He's got Dale Earnhardt Sr. in the background there. That's awesome. That says a little bit
going on there. Yeah, it looks pretty badass. I like it.
I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, I can't really see what that is off to the side.
Yeah, what's that thing on the bottom of the far left monitor?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, it's almost like he's got like a book to read whenever he's
well, last night he used a lot of cautions to catch up on the
reading. That's true. He had time to read a couple of them, huh? Is that what it was?
I believe so. It has to be it.
Our next one here that we're gonna go about showcasing. I just had it here. Let's go ahead and showcase one of the broadcasters that we know of very well. That's gonna be my boss.
Hey,
I call him boss. Hey. That's Dave Huckleberry there, and his that's what brings us all our shows on Wednesday nights is directly off of that machine right there from Mr. Boss Man Dave Huckleberry. I know he's in the chat probably really hating that I'm calling him Boss Man, but it doesn't matter. He is.
Even that room he has it set up in, it looks like he's in like a studio or like a booth or something. So he's got it all in feng shui mode there. I like it.
Feng shui mode?
Or for a studio, I guess. I don't know.
I get that.
I don't know what the hell I'm talking about half the time. You know that.
This is another guy that does broadcasting. He's just joined with Elite. He was nice enough to send me his office that he has, and I gotta say, Dave, you got a nice setup, but Gary here has a really, really nice setup. He's got GI Joes on the wall. He's got an airplane above him. He's got 5, 6, 7 monitors.
That's a war room right there.
7 monitors, 2 keyboards. Everything's glowing and LEDs and everything. My goodness.
Are those like fighter airplane helmets too above the monitors?
Yeah, fighter airplane helmets with this GI Joes on the wall. That is pretty awesome. And then I look at your wall behind you, Goody, and
there's like a hole in that, and
there's a hole where someone punched it and everything.
I just fell. I didn't punch anything.
I'm not gonna put fish in the wall. That's my head.
There's nothing up there. Don't worry, it didn't get hurt.
It didn't hurt nobody.
It hurt not a thing.
Yeah, so that's a really great setup there by Gary. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I gotta say that's top of the line. Do submit over to me your setups. I do want to go about showcasing these weekly. See see what people are running at home, and to me it's very entertaining just to look at and see kind of what other people have and what other people are running on, and kind of some of them I have extreme amount of envy for, and then other ones I kind of makes me not want to race next to them the next week. So definitely showcase them. Send them to me if they're bad or good, especially if they're bad. I really like to see the bad ones. They're pretty funny. But
I love it. It's interesting. It's awesome.
So our next thing for us to do, Goody, is now we get into some of the best that the Simply Racing Show podcast has to offer, and that's marble racing. Racing. Yeah, that I've come to really look forward to being able to see and showcase, because I don't know, it's just really interesting to see names that we don't get to see so much, get to run up there and just kind of, I don't know, just kind of fun and interesting. I've been contemplating for a little while, Goody, of just having I can set a 500 lap marble race and just let it.
You should have a simulcast for the Brickyard 400 and have a marble race going on alongside.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Off to the side and be like a marble race going off on during the whole show to kind of see who wins it during the actual 400. I'll get with Dave on that. That's a good idea.
See, then everyone else besides Chad could be like Chad and text under caution. We'll be watching the marble race, and it'll be pretty fun.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look, since we're going to be racing Indianapolis for in real life, or not real life, in virtual life in elite racing. It's going to be at the Brickyard. Marbles has a Brickyard the same way too, so it's actually the Brickyard is what the name of this course is. Let's go ahead and see how this all plays out. 5-lap race. Green flag is out for these guys, and early lead looks like to be Andrew Rucker.
What? Rucker and Dewar battling out there for the lead. It appears Rawls, Tooker, man. Under the tires.
Dusty fell back a little bit there. Yeah, here comes Tooker. Mark Rebellis is starting to get up there. Andrew Rucker's got a little bit of a lead going on here.
Man, he is a master at Indy, I guess.
Everyone knows Andrew Rucker, the Indianapolis ace. Everyone knew that going into it.
It's pretty common knowledge.
Now, I wish Indianapolis had big tires just going over the racetrack like that. That'd be a good little additive. Not so much for people watching it, in the stands, having to try to see cars going through there. But look at them spread out there. Wow, they spread out wide.
Tooker's taking a peek, but I don't think he has the angle.
No, he lost a lot of momentum there. David Tooker did. Oh man. Three wide.
Oh, battle for the lead. Mark takes the lead.
He cut off Andrew Rucker there, able to get in front of him.
Oh, and Hill wants to know if he's a good marble tonight. I don't see where Robert Hill is right now.
I don't even see you back there right now.
I see was there only 42 marbles? We left you out, Robert.
No, I'm pretty sure he's in there. I can't really see where Robert is, but great racing. 3 wide at the finish line there.
Of course, Rucker on the inside. He's going to wreck all these marbles. It's gonna be wild.
He slams them. He slams Mark Rebellis. That's something that could actually happen in the race.
Oh, for sure.
Mark is still out there, though. Mark Rebellis, also known as the IndyCar ace. But Dustin Dewar, look at Dusty go. Running right there.
How about that, buddy? The Dragons, he's coming alive right now. He's not.
Yeah, Vincent Isabella is up there too. Chad Frankenfield.
Ooh.
That was my pick.
Robert, you're in 8th now.
Yeah, you're running 8th, Robert.
We found you. Oh man.
No, you haven't gotten wrecked out by Chad just yet, but you're running really close to him, so beware.
Don't try to make a pass, Marvel. Oh boy.
Looks like who is it? Dusty took the lead. Dusty takes lead over Andrew Rucker.
Oh, Robert and Chad are right by each other. Is that going to be disaster? Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Rucker versus
Here comes Chad Frankenfield. Oh no, Chad's going for 3rd. He's going to dive it in there. You know he is.
Oh,
Chad's up to 3rd now.
This could be a chaotic ending here.
Yeah, here they come to take the white flag. It's going to be one more lap around. Chad Frankenfield's starting to catch up.
How about Harry?
Trey
Knight?
Holmes up
How
there.
about
Oh,
that?
look, Chad. Look, Chad. He's
Oh,
going
Chad's going
He's
in.
going to
Oh,
dive it in there. Chad's going to go
Chad
3
wide.
wide. You know he will. Chad wide. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Chad
he
hit
did
the
not get
wall and
favorable
slowed
ball.
down. Oh,
that
no.
hurt him.
It looks like it's going to be a 2 marble race here. It looks like Dustin Dewar and Rucker. Wow, side by
Rucker on
side
the
down the
outside.
backstretch.
I think
Oh,
Rucker's
no.
going to have the angle going in the corner.
Dusty's
Oh,
right on the
Dusty's
back bumper.
crossing
He's
him
getting the
over.
draft. He crossed him. Oh, sliding side by side. They're banging. Rucker and Andrew.
Oh, they're side by side. Oh, they're going to bounce off each other. Oh,
Final turn.
Rucker.
You're the kind of straight away.
Up.
Dusty's got it. Rucker's right behind that.
Dusty.
Oh.
Yes.
Dusty got it. Dusty got it.
Dusty
Wow, by
got
like such a small margin.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I really hope that the marble race isn't the most exciting race of the week, but that was a really good finish. Oh man,
that was epic. Hey, Robert, you better settle down for the marble. I finished like top 10 in a lot of these marble races, and
it doesn't help Dusty.
Yeah, well, it didn't help me in my runs. I think I finished 30th or worse every race besides last night. So I'm hoping that I finish back here in the marble race tonight.
That was a marble race to remember. That was really good. Ooh. That was a really close finish there. Oh man, Andrew Rucker almost got it, but Dusty Dewar able to get it there at the end. That was awesome. That was really awesome.
Robert just coming out of nowhere. Hey,
yeah, that's true.
I'm in, Robert. I'm in. Let's do it.
Well, that was a very exciting show, Goody, and we got to see Dusty win, so that makes our night. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can't wait to tell him that he won the marble race. I think he
won the marble race.
Yeah. Heck
that's going to be an interesting. I know he likes to watch these broadcasts, and he'll want to come back and see him winning the marble race because I hope the real life race is going to be that good because
you know if the marble race was more realistic, we know that Dewar and Rucker somehow would have probably both ended up in the wall there at the end. Probably
with Rucker? Yeah, by Rucker. Yeah, absolutely. But thank you everyone for tuning in and watching us or rewatching us. If you're going back and rewatching us, we're here every Thursday night at 8 after the Elite race. As long as the Elite race has a race on Wednesday, we will be for the next Thursday, essentially recapping it and go over everything and having a lot of fun here. It's been a lot of fun already. The end of episode 6, 7 coming up next week, and man, these are flying by. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed coming on here, and I was kind of sad I wasn't able to join you last week, and glad Jeff asked me to fill in for him this week. Can't wait till I'm on again.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone. Make sure to come back and tune in as we have a lot of fun here. Follow us on the BellyUp Gaming Twitter page, so that way you can be able to get tweets of exciting things that are going on, be a part of the show, and overall just have some fun with us here because that's all we're about is having a lot of fun here. But thank you, everyone. Have yourself a wonderful night. Stay happy, and we'll see you all again next week.